share with you today. There is a brand new course that's live right now in the Luthier's Edge video library, and it's called The Art of Splitting Braces by Hand. This course is one of those things that seems a little simple on the surface. It seems like, oh yeah, just how to prepare the brace wood or something like that. But the cool thing about it is that it has this sort of like profound underlaying this other facet to it that really thrills me to share with you guys, because it made a huge difference in my guitars and was a really big turning point for me, not just in preparing the brace wood, but it kind of trickled out into every area of my guitar building. And super valuable, really, really important. I'm gonna tell you more about that in just a second. And I also have a really cool trailer that I'm gonna show you that's gonna show you some clips, give you a little taste of what the course is like. It's also gonna show you the overview of like some of the different main sections and things like that. And I'm gonna play that in just a minute. But before I do, I wanted to take just a second here so that I could kind of explain to you a little bit of, why I'm so excited to have this course available to you guys to help you build your guitars better. And so the first thing is pretty obvious. Splitting the braces is incredibly important. This was something I learned early on. I think it was back around the year 2000. And it was just an epiphany, not just because the bracing being split is important, but it's one of those things that's a fundamental, foundational concept, is that of understanding the wood of the tree, the way the tree grew, the fibers, the grain lines, how that affects the strength and weight of the brace or of any piece of wood on your guitar. That's important. And I guess really the main thing, without going too deep into it right now, is that when you split the wood, you cause it to break along its natural growth lines, along the way that the fibers of that wood actually grew, both the grain and then also what we call run out. And when you do that, it takes away or greatly minimizes the possibility that you're going to have any unforeseen inconsistencies or surprises or anything like that hidden in a brace. If you just take this piece of wood or something like it over to a saw and you just cut it on a saw, you'll never know what might be lying hidden in there. And that can lead to inconsistencies and issues down the road. So that's just one of the aspects of why this is important, to split the braces. But here's the thing, in this course, I show you my method for splitting the braces, but we go way beyond that. I show you my entire process. We start with how to select just the right piece of wood. We talk about species, how to listen to each piece of wood, what to listen for, how the things that you hear and perceive can be translated into, or how they're going to affect the recipe of the guitar that you're creating. And just that in itself is another important thing. There's great core concepts there as well. Then we go into the splitting. I show you my process, tools and things for that. We go into hand planing. I talk about all my process, and I even show you a really cool little planing stop that I have just for guitar braces, for planing guitar braces. That makes it way faster and easier and a lot more enjoyable to do. And then we go into another phase where we do testing and analysis. So we take each one of these braces and we actually run them through a series of tests to collect more information on them, and then use that information to go into the last phase, which is where we strategically arrange and we place them in just the right spots into our bracing patterns. Now this is going to work for any bracing pattern. Any style of guitar is going to benefit from this. So it's just really cool. I can't wait for you to take it. And just one last thing I'll share before I show you that trailer and wrap this up. And that's the second facet to this, which I kind of hinted at and touched on a little bit. But when you go through the processes that I just described of this course, it's not just helping you get more optimized, lighter, more consistent, better bracing, which equals a more responsive and more dynamic guitar and things of that nature. But at the same time, that exercise it reminds me, and I mentioned this in the course, it reminds me of when I was in college and I was practicing my guitar scales. I graduated with a jazz guitar degree, which is a very useful degree. Anyway, I practiced my scales like crazy for hours and hours on end in those little soundproof cubicle rooms, you might know about those. So in the case of my guitar playing, I was developing, my fingers were getting this muscle memory of where to go so that this moment would come where I could stop thinking about the scale and actually play a beautiful melody. And that's such a glorious feeling to be free to create like that. Same thing with your guitar making. A simple course on splitting braces for your guitar and optimizing them and all those things we talked about is also like scales. It's like an exercise you can do on each guitar that you make. That's every time you go through that, your hands are on that wood, you're listening deeply, you are thinking deeply about how every little nuance here is going to affect the outcome of your guitar and improve it. And you'll find yourself eventually one day where you're not really thinking about it as much. You pick up the piece of wood and you're sort of just collecting that information on a subconscious level, and you're like, oh yeah, I think this one will be perfect for this guitar, or this will be perfect for this position in this bracing pattern. And that's really cool. That spills out to all the areas of your guitar building and just elevates the quality of your work, the quality of your time in the workshop, makes it more creative and expressive and fun, and it's absolutely just thrilling, and I can't wait for you to experience that. That's why I'm so excited to share this with you. Okay, so I'm gonna quit talking and I'm gonna show you the trailer for the new course, which is The Art of Splitting Braces by Hand. And if you're a member of the Luthier's Edge, you can jump in and take this course right away. If you're not a member of the Luthier's Edge yet, go check out the page. I'm sure there'll be a link somewhere. Go check it out, see what the Luthier's Edge has to offer. I hope you'll consider joining, and I'm looking forward to seeing all you guys in the new course in the Luthier's Edge.